So I think that, go to the center, talk to them. They'll give you a more realistic kind of picture of what it is to donate part of your liver. Because it's definitely not a really straightforward procedure either.
Based on what you've seen, because I know biliary atresia is more and more common now. Based on what you've seen, how long realistically for somebody like him would it take for him to get a liver? 6 months, 2 months? I mean, I know you can't give me...
It all depends on how his disease progresses and where he is on that list.
So basically they're going to wait till it really fails and then emergency do it, or?
Depends. That is a way that things can turn. Things can also be that he stays kind of stable like this, stays on the list, and at some point down the line, in a few months, he gets an offer. It's all very variable. So there's no number. I'd say average is a few months.
And do we get a phone call?
Yeah.
And
they'll call you. They say you have, we got an offer. Bring him in. There are times where they get the offer and they see the liver or something happens and they say, actually, this one doesn't work, and you go back home. All of that, they'll explain all of that to you guys in more detail. It's going to be a process. It's not going to happen quickly. Just everything I could see on his labs, I don't think it's going to happen quickly unless, obviously, he progresses.
So, okay, let's say he starts bleeding. Okay, and he throws up blood. At that point, I just get in the car and I go to the nearest Kaiser.
Correct. You go to the closest emergency room. Yeah, it doesn't have to be Kaiser. Wherever you're at, just go to the closest ER.
Are these things life-threatening?
They can be. Yeah. They can be if it's really bad or if it goes untreated. So if he ever throws up blood, just go to the ER. It may be nothing.
Oh, I watch him like a hawk and take his temperature all day long.
Oh, don't.
You know what I mean? I have one of those little thermometer ones, making sure he doesn't get a fever. I mean,
So also don't drive yourself totally crazy. If he has a fever,
it's too late for that, Doc.
Okay, that happened even before the baby, right? That's what my husband says about me too.
Yeah.
He's like, you were gone before the baby. So, no, honestly, just you have to everything you have to take in stride. This is just the beginning, all right. And so we got a long road ahead of us. So don't drive yourselves crazy because it's gonna be tough. And I know I'm drawing this horribly dark picture right now for you, but I want you guys to be somewhat realistic because I know a lot of families, I just don't know their backgrounds, and so a lot of families come in, they're like, oh, this could turn around, this could get better, we got a liver next week once we put them on the list, and people don't realize that this could, and usually does, get more serious before it gets better.
And I didn't realize that. I mean, I kind of had an idea, but of course I'm hoping in my head, come on, let's get that liver, and ideally, another question I had, I'm not sure if you know this, is he's AB positive blood.
Okay.
So that means he's a good receiver, right?
Yes.
I'm ROHA negative.
Okay.
I'm not sure if we match.
I don't remember the answer to that question. I think you'll be, if you're negative and he's positive, I don't know the answer to that. Okay. I feel like there might be a problem, but I don't remember. I'm sorry.
I think I might have read, but I wanted to make sure. We're not sure what he is.
Okay.
He doesn't know, but I'm sure, he's probably has the same blood as him. I'm thinking he's O positive, excuse me, or maybe. But, so it's based on that as well, and when we talk to the transplant people, they will be able to, tell us how, my uncle or Jason, the father can, see if he's a match.
Absolutely.
And if he is, is that a long process too?
It is. If there's an extensive process, you have to get a CT scan, you have to meet with the adult hepatologist, they have to do labs, they have to do like a psych eval, there's a lot of process, it's a long process because being a donor is not just it's a big deal.
Oh yeah.
And so they have to make sure that you're totally 100% okay to do this. So it's a long process, but they can expedite it if they need to. Right now he's hanging in there.
He's strong.
We'll have to see what his ultrasound shows. We'll see what his blood vessels look like. We'll see if there's fluid. There's lots of medications we can give him to support him during that time. One other thing I'm looking at is he's skinny. He's a skinny guy. So we may need to help supplement his nutrition somehow also. right now I'm fine with him nursing, but we may need to talk about using a formula at some point, giving him some extra calories with like some oral, like, you know.
That's good. That actually is I'm okay with that, just because he's feeding like all the time.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
But sometimes I'm like, gosh, am I producing enough?
Okay.
You know, so
would you guys be interested in? Are you guys interested in supplementing now?
You know, would he sleep better?
He probably will.
Yes.
I have a 1-year-old who still doesn't sleep through the night. She woke up last night for 2 hours, and I totally understand the sleep thing.
Oh yeah, I'm going on maybe 3 hours.
Yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. My daughter was 2.5 when she slept through the night for the first time. 2.5 years old.
Wow.
This is
She was all cute too. Yeah.
I have a stepdaughter.
Okay.
Yeah. So
All
he
right.
has a 4-year-old. And then he's my first baby.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I think so you guys understand the sleep thing then very well. Okay.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
He will most likely sleep better. The formula that I do recommend for him then would be something called progestamil.
Okay.
Let me write it down for you.
Yeah.
Let me just grab my paper.
Have you bought it in Safeway, or is it somewhere?
Yeah, progestamil you can find in a lot of places. You might have to search for it a little bit. But the
Does
reason
Kaiser Pharmacy sell it?
I don't know, but it's going to be super expensive. I don't want that to go on that.
We're not putting this on the internet.
Amazon.
Okay.
That's where I order our formula from. It's cheaper. There's no tax. If you're doing the Amazon Mom thing,
you trust it?
shipping.
Perfect. Okay.
Totally. Yeah.
No, I don't know about the Amazon Mom thing.
Oh, for the first year after you have a baby, you sign up for Amazon Mom. It's like free shipping. It's like free
perfect.
2-day shipping or something like that. So sign up for that.
I will, for sure.
This is progestamil. That's the name of the formula. So supplement. So do the nursing.
Do I
Supplement
mix it with water?
Yeah, it's water. They'll tell you how
tap
to.
water or bottle? What do you
Nursery
do?
water.
Filtered tap water is
Okay,
the
good.
best.
Do you do like the Brita or
Yeah.
You can use nursery water too, right? They sell.
You
like,
can. It's it's
Yeah.
just a gimmick, really.
Yeah,
You just need tap water that's filtered through Brita is totally fine.
Okay.
And then mix it. And supplement, like what you can do is nurse for as long as he nurses for like a limited amount of time, like let's say 15 minutes, and then give him a bottle. So you're supplementing that way.
Okay.
Let's see if we can get some meat on his bones, and if we can't, then there's other options, like we can give him something called MCT oil, which has some broken down fat. Oh, I'm sorry, that was one thing I was going to tell you. So the progestamil, the reason I'm suggesting that one is that formula is already broken down somewhat, so the proteins are partially digested already and the fats are partially digested already, so it's more easily absorbed. With him or other children that have biliary atresia, when they don't have bile flow into the intestine, that bile is there to help you digest fat. So his fat absorption is going to be somewhat limited, so that's why we have to focus on that aspect of things and make sure we get him the special vitamins that he needs, which are the 8X. We need to make sure that he's getting the fat that he needs, so that's why we do the progestamil formula. And then we can give him extra fat as like an oil dropper that you can add to his bottles if you need to. We can also put an IV or like a permanent central line in him and give him fat through an IV if we need to, kind of in the later stages.
That's what I do at night.
You can squeeze a burger, like.
I've noticed that when I give him the vitamins, that he poops orange.
Yeah, that's normal.
Okay, so it's not that he's not absorbing it. His body is
He'll absorb some, but it's normal to have the orange poops with the
colored poopy.
And the darker, so I'm like orange.
We think you see green every once in a while, but not dark
like
green. It's like a light green.
Like it looks like an aloe vera gel, and I've seen it once since.
We saw it yesterday. Remember?
I didn't see the specks in it though. The little
I thought I saw like green, not like dark green, but
like a light lime green.
Like a little lighter than that.
Okay. So there, I mean, he will have intermittent, like small amounts of flow, but kind of the majority of his poops are that pale color.
Oh yeah.
So I think that's the direction I'm heading in. So the plan will be today is we'll check his labs. There's a lab downstairs on the 4th floor here. I know you guys are set to see Victoria soon, right? So I'm gonna
11:30.
11:30. So we'll get you guys going. But so you can actually do labs after if you want.